Okay, I think that worked. I gotta check this every time now because I've accidentally done it a couple times. Or I've set the privacy to unlisted or something on a stream. And then streamed for like 2 hours and not realized. But I think I did it correctly this time, so that's... Go me. I'm learning. I'm learning, actually. Yeah, we're just gonna make video game more today. I don't know. I did a small amount of work off stream. Like, I made this, like, titler thing, which does absolutely nothing. You can select a character and weapon, which does nothing. That's it. And I did actually do one other thing, which I need to... I need to get rid of this so I can show, but I made the health bars work correctly also. So the health bars properly work now. But other than that, that is all I've done, so... Yeah, that's where we are right now. How's it going, Pup Vanix? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. But yeah, so I guess the place to start should be probably to make this start button actually do something. Actually, I mean, the place to start should probably be to make the game not just start right away and start like when you hit the start button, but one step at a time. I guess probably here is fine. We'll just do this. And we'll just do like a simple event listener. And if I could type correctly, I feel like every time I code on stream, I just type super wrong all the time. Yeah, what's going on, Foxcana? Hope you're doing well. Is this Visual Studio Code? It is. It is VS Code. Have I been meaning for like a really long time to not use Visual Studio Code anymore? Yes, also. But, you know. We're here still. I actually don't use VS Code on, like, well, I kind of do. I use VS Codium now on, like, everything else except for, like, my streaming computer is, like, still where I use VS Code. Yeah, celebrating someone's birthday right now? Nice. That's usually a good thing, unless that person's me, and then they hate their birthday and get very sad all the time. How's it going, Lemon? I imagine it's your birthday in that case. Yeah, I hope everyone's been doing well. You're learning it for your computer science class? Nice. Like, I don't know. VS Code is great, but it's like... Sometimes there are things where... where I wish it was better at. But also, I'm a big Microsoft hater these days, so I'm getting away from everything Microsoft. Like, I've been using Linux now, just to go off on a tangent. I've been using Linux on, like, all my other computers at this point, and it's really opened my eyes to how absolutely horrible the user experience on Windows is. And pretty much every Microsoft product on top of Windows, so I've been trying to migrate off, but I'm still stuck with this on my, like, main computer because it's, like, hard to get games and stuff to work on a lot of Linux distributions. But, you know, anyway, I digress. I should probably make a thing, do a thing. We'll just make this a function, I guess. That's probably the correct way to do it. Which, I mean, if y'all know me, I never do things the correct way. But it's fine. We'll get this dot style dot display. There we go. So that should make that go away. Alright, perfect. Yay, fantastic. I need to make, like, some characters auto-selected. Makes sense for a normal class. Use Java. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Java. I hate Java because there's so much boilerplate in Java. Like, that's like... I don't know. It's not even like a bad language. It's just for me. I can't stand it because there's so much, like... There's so much repeating yourself in Java. I mean, I guess JavaScript is like, which I'm using right now, is kind of like the same thing. Well, not like that much. It's like, it's less repeating yourself, but also JavaScript is like the noob language. Alright, but I enjoy myself JavaScript. Okay, I should make the game not start until you click the start button. Which it's been like a really long time since I've looked at all this code, so I'm gonna have to re-remember how the game even begins in the first place. I could just not request any animation frames until that happens. Surely that will work. Wait, where even was I? Right here. Okay. Okay, perfect. That actually does work. What's going on, Kendricks? Yeah, we got the bunny going on in the bottom left there. Okay, I should. Does anyone have a good title for a game, by the way? Cause I don't know what to call it. Okay, I'm gonna put this phone on my bed because it keeps falling. It keeps falling from where I was putting it, so I'm gonna put it over there. This is a battle that I know none of you can see because I don't have a webcam, but trust me, I'm fighting this battle. What's the premise? I don't know. I just started coding one day and this is where we are. Maybe that's why I can't come up with a name. I don't even know what the game is supposed to be about. How does the thing even work to select character? I like legitimately forget. It's been so long. Does it just add this class? Okay. What if I just... Dude. How did class turn into area call span? I have questions. I have very many questions. How we got to area call span before class. Am I just allowed to do this? Does this does this work? This does not seem like it works. Why does this not work? What do you mean? What do you mean this doesn't work? Am I declaring class somewhere else? I am. And I didn't realize it. That's why it didn't come up. Oh, we've solved the mystery, chat. Mystery has been solved. Yeah, there we go. Look at it. It does not work, like, really properly, but it's fine. We'll just auto-select, like, these first two, I guess. Not hide. Well, I guess I can hide my files. It's fine. And then instead of these being null, just... I don't know, because then I have to give it an ID, though. It's fine. We'll give it an ID just this once. Just this once you can have an ID. I keep hitting B instead of V. No, that was supposed to work. Does it? It might actually not be able to find that. Okay, DevTools are like just completely off the screen. I was thinking maybe it can't find this. Alright, that's just not how it works. You know what? It's not a bug, it's a feature. You just can't start the game unless you have classes selected. We'll just do that. Instead of trying to figure out why the hell that's happening. We'll just do a check. Wait, where did I make the start thing? I'm all turned around already. Where is it? Just use the search feature. This is why it's a thing. Okay. Wait, what do I need to check for? Selected character and selected weapon. Okay, so we'll just have it do that, and then otherwise that's fine. That is also technically not the most clean way to write this in the world, but I don't really care. Oh, I didn't save this, that's why. Okay, that works. Alright, it works correctly. I appreciate that, Foxcana. Hope you have a good rest of your day. So the next thing I probably want to do is make, when you hover over things, the description up here. Which I think can just do... I think this just works with mouse over, right? It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Then how actually do I want to do that? Or I can just do... something like this. No, not audio schedule something. And then we'll just... give it a class, and we'll say that that's like... just give it the same name for class. What about Adrift Tempest, Hidden Warren? I don't know, those feel like just words that exist and don't have any relation to each other. Is that... that feels like what Adrift Tempest Hidden Warren is. It feels like you asked ChatGPT for random words. I know it isn't that. It matches my game. Okay, alright. I see. The shots are fired. The shots have been fired. So we'll give it that, and then... there, and hopefully that actually works. I just need to actually make a class. Which, so it's being put onto one of this carousel option. We'll just put this as position relative. So then I can then do position absolute here. And then just pray that this works somehow. Let's just do red so I can actually see it. It doesn't work. Actually, I can't tell. Does this even... Let me throw up a quick console log to see if this even functions the way I think it does. It doesn't. How about Gales Warren, Tempests Warren even? You know what? We'll just do that. Gales Warren. The game has been named. Look at it. Look at it go. Look at it go. I am confused though why this is not working. I don't think that's... I'm pretty sure it's mouse over, no? Is it not camel case? It's not camel case, that's the problem. Okay, well... Is it... Wait, I can't actually tell if it's making my thing either or not. I need to select this and look. Because I'm gonna look at this thing. Oh, it has the class, and it keeps creating... Here, I'll put this on the screen so y'all can actually see it. But, like, it makes the thing on it when my mouse is over it. Every time my mouse hovers over it, it does that. I mean, so that's fantastic. Why can't I see it, though? Maybe instead of percentages, I should have made this like pixels. That probably would have been the pro gamer move. But I don't have intelligence, so that's not what I did. It still does not work. It's still doing the thing. I don't know why it's not making my element, though. Oh, because why am I stupid? That's why. There we go. It works, yay. I just need to remove it on mouse out. Yeah, mouse out. We can get rid of these console logs as well. Okay, it's a little buggy. I'll be the first to admit it's a little buggy. It flashes. I think the reason it flashes is because like I'm hovering over now a new element instead of the element that I was originally hovering on top of, which is I think fine. I just need to improve the CSS of this. So we'll make it left 100% and then translate 100% over this way. I think that puts it where I want it to be. No, that doesn't change it at all, in fact, for some reason. Oh, it kind of does. Oh no, it really does. Wait, was that translate might have been an oopsie daisy. Yeah, okay, translate was an oopsie daisy. Translate was not the play. I don't know. We can just make the width of this, like, something. Who knows? And then make this at least mildly pleasing. There we go. That's our... Wait, why is this on top? That should be below. That's a weird thing. I think we'll add the translate back, I think. And we'll just make it like, I don't know, 2%, 0%, something like this. It's not like a crazy translate, just to bring it off a little bit, or even flip this around so it looks like a little less awkward. Okay, not that much pixels, that would be a disaster. Actually, it still ended up being kind of a disaster anyway. What if I just double 150 it? Good enough. Good enough for right now, to be honest with you. Like, I'll take it. And we just need to get the description. There we go. It works. It works correctly. We can work on the visual representation of this in the future, but for now it's fine. I might even just quickly like text align left here. And add some padding and call it a day. Or call it a day for now anyway. You know what, I'll make it just smaller. I feel like that amount of height is just super weird and awkward. And you can always make it scroll at the end of the day, so it doesn't need to be like actually that big. Something like this is honestly kind of okay. There we go. So next thing is like the game, like the functions are already running before, it's just not drawing any frames. And if it doesn't draw frames, it doesn't spawn enemies. That's like the thing, because or actually I think it does spawn enemy, but to move the enemy it needs to draw frames. So we'll just make like a boolean up here. And we'll just add a couple checks, so if I could find my click event, there we go. Okay, that way we don't have like that buildup of bullets. But I actually need to make that equal to true once you start playing. There we go, that works correctly. I also think I want to make ammo and health like a part of the... And instead of putting it on what is it called? And instead of putting it on the canvas to render it with like HTML and stuff, I think might be better overall. Well, there's two things I want to do. Like, one is like inventory, which I guess we can do like that, and then like the stats. So I'll do this first, probably. This is just mostly designing. Wow, I cannot spell today at all. How's it going, Odysseus? Hope you're doing well. Why did that not create the thing? Because I didn't define height like a moron. That's why it didn't create the thing. There we go. Now it works properly, kind of. Make that, a border, just so it's, like, a little bit less painful on the eyes. And then the display can be flex. Space between, and then we'll add our health and ammo. I think it's probably easier to do it this way. We'll see. Full day of work. That is pain. I feel that. Yeah, the game's coming along. It's just I still don't really know where we're going or what we're doing. Just honestly messing around and seeing what sticks. But so far it's been pretty solid. How about I just do it like this? And give them like a flex basis, like 20% each. Something like that. And then the background, this one. Make green, and then the other one will become gray like we had it. There, I mean, it kind of works. We'll give them each a flex basis of 45%, axe this down to back to probably 5. There we go, that works. And now I'm thinking the plan. And this might low-key be a crazy plan, but I'm thinking the plan is gonna be, so we put the border on this, right? 1px. And we'll make the border white, and then we'll get rid of the border here. Do the same thing for that. And then we have like static health bars. Like obviously these don't move at all, but I'm thinking the plan to make it move is we make this a linear gradient. And then we'll change the linear gradient obviously through JavaScript, but the idea is we go so like to right. And then, like, I don't know, black just for representation right now, and then to gray. Oh, I put them outside the gradient. Don't do that. Don't be Yo7 and be an idiot. But yeah, and then it goes through, and then you can change the value of this from like to be like 20%. So if you only have 20% health remaining, you can go like that, or like 60% ammo remaining. That's developer tools, idiot. You can go like that, and you just progressively increase the black portion of the gradient over time to represent your health and ammo states. That's the vision. That's the idea. I'm not sure if the vision's gonna work, but we'll see. So like if I just leave it as 0%, it should be okay. Well, I thought it was gonna be. Am I allowed to do negative percents? Is that a thing? Okay, apparently that does work. The fade is a little bit too much, but we can figure that out later. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. Or the other, like, potentially less ridiculous idea is to basically do the exact same thing, or not the exact same thing, do it with like an element on top of another element, and just reduce the amount of one and not the other. But I think doing gradients is more fun, so we're gonna do gradients. I think there's a way to actually reduce the amount of fade. Is there a way? Hold on, I need to Google this. Can you actually do this? There's radical gradients, apparently. I didn't know radical gradients existed. Can change the angle, very interesting. You can do transparency. Repeating gradient. There does not appear to be anything. Okay, well, maybe I'll have to look later, I guess. Doesn't look like I can find something that I thought existed. So, rip that, but it's honestly fine. I just need to basically change, so the idea, I just need to figure out how much percent of health you have remaining, which should be relatively easy because it's just out of 100. So you just need to calculate that and make it work, but I need to figure out where I put the other place. Here we go. Or no, that's health bars. I need to figure out where I put the player health bars and where I'm drawing that, because I don't know where it is anymore. I don't know where I wrote that. Where are we? Okay, here it is. Wait, how does this even work? It's player health times 2? Okay, that's what I was doing before. Not exactly a good representation. I probably shouldn't be getting the ID here because that's gonna... It's fine though. No, we need background. That's style.background. Cool, and then we'll just drop in our linear gradient. And then, as this percentage point right here, instead of the 0, that's where we're going to drop in our actual value. So, player health. Actually, since player health is a value out of 100, can I not just... Well, I have to linear gradient the other way, I guess. No, there's actually... Doesn't this work completely fine if I do the linear gradient to left? Instead, and I just do player.health. How is this going to go catastrophically wrong? Let's find out together, shall we? The game does not even start when I click the button. Oh, there we go. No, I gain... Well, it does work, just in the other way, in the opposite direction. I also need to make this green. So did I just have it correctly too, right? I changed the wrong thing to green. Okay, it does actually work. Although it fades a little a little slow than I would like. Like, I think this is 0%, which is kind of an L amount of fade to be here. I won't even lie. Like, that's kind of shit. But it's fine because now, like, this is on top of the player. So, like, you see the idea, you see the vision, chat. You see what we're going for here. I guess I don't need to change the fill style here anymore either. That can also go away. I think this one is the one that needs to be inversed like this. There's something like that. Nope, I did it the wrong way. Okay. Alright. My bad. I'm just not doing the smart moves today, it seems. And it's progressing the other way. I guess to left. To left surely will function. There we go. To left works the way that you expect it to work. Like, the fade is just trash. Like, that's the only problem, is the way it actually represented... Or the way it's actually represented is, like, god-awful. But it's fine. That can be fixed in the future. We'll just do like that for now. It's fine. How's it going, Grease? The game is indeed gaming. The game is gaming. I just don't know why it stopped spawning enemies. Like, why did this stop happening? Because it's commented out. I must have been testing something. I don't remember what it was. Okay, so you select your character and weapons and stuff, and there you go. Now you fight to the death for free cake. Assumedly, I should run out of ammo at some point, which it doesn't look like is happening, so that seems to be bugged. Oh, it happened. So you can run out of ammo. The indicator's just garbage. It looks like I'm running out of health too, but like can't tell. I should probably make something happen when you run out of health, I guess. Maybe let's do that now then. Where are we? I guess we can just check on each frame. Maybe I should put that in parentheses like a normal person. We'll just check if it's less than 1. I really hope block display works for that. Free cake is worth fighting to the death for? Exactly. It exactly is. There's always a reason to fight to the death for free cake. There's one more thing I need to do. I don't remember what the last thing I need to do to reset this is. Oh well. It's probably fine. I remember the reason the whole free cake thing came to my mind in the first place. I remember I took an animation class, you know, back in my days of youth, you know, a million years ago. And one of the things, like, you're supposed to make a final animation or whatever to end the class, right? Why does it just spam this forever? Right, because I should probably make the loop stop. There we go. That should work now. Oh my god. No, I've trapped myself in permanent alerts. I need to like restart the whole thing. Alright. But yeah, so you needed to okay, well that we're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. But yeah, you needed to make a final animation, right, to pass the class. And in like one of the last days or whatever, the teacher was basically, he didn't mention this beforehand, but the teacher was basically like, oh yeah, by the way, put a story into your animation, you know, if it's just like 2 people beating the tar out of each other or whatever, you know, that's like gonna get a bad mark because there's no story to it. So like this one poor person spent all this time making a fight scene. And was basically told his whole entire final project was invalid. So that's what he did. He put his story was like, you just fight for the death for free cake. And that was the whole thing. And I just instantly die every time I click start now. Good job, me. Back in caveman times. I mean... There, we'll just make the player have health again once they die. You know, the caveman times were pretty chill, chat, I gotta say. I gotta tell you, you know, there's a lot to love about, you know, about living in a cave. Existing, like, I don't know, what did you even do back then? Like, just kill the enemies. All the enemies persist. At least you have iframes. That's funny. I'm spending too much time on this. Oh my gosh. Okay. What is even the array of enemies now? Boom. Clear that array. Get those enemies out of here. Bada boom, bada bing. Did I invent the wheel in caveman times? I don't think the wheel would have made any sense in caveman times, would it? Like, okay, great. Like, that you made a wheel, you made things turn. But, like, I guess they could have done, like, wheelbarrows or something. They don't really have a motor to really make use of the wheel too much other than, like, their own selves. Which at that point, just use, like, a backpack or whatever. I don't know. Dude, the indicators for ammo and health are actually so bad. Like this gradient thing. The problem is I don't want to try to fix it right now because it's like I'm gonna have to like look up YouTube tutorials and shit, which I don't want to do on stream. Maybe let's add a number. Maybe a number would be helpful probably. How actually would I go about doing that? Because, well, I could just add it as, like, this, maybe. Does that actually create issues? Doesn't look like it. Perfect. Perfect. It actually works literally perfectly. That one I just need to... What is it? Text align right. There we go. Coding wizard, by the way, chat. The enemies kind of look like tomatoes. They do look like tomatoes. Well, actually, no. What kind of tomatoes are you eating, by the way? These are, like, very clearly square. Like, what kind of grocery store are you frequenting that's having, like, cube tomatoes? Like, I don't know. I would not... If I picked up a beefsteak tomato and it was a cube, I'd be putting that right back. No shot. The square store? No. I think that's actually a big thing. I can't remember where it is, but it's like cube watermelons, like square watermelons are a big deal. And I just don't understand the reason. Yeah, because it's much more expensive to purchase a square watermelon than a round watermelon, right? Obviously. But it tastes the same, so I'm not sure why you would prefer a cube melon to just like a normal melon. Everything is a perfect square in the square store. Man, I'm never going to the square store. That sounds horrible. That sounds absolutely dreadful. Like if you purchase many things in the square store, what kind of bag are they gonna give you? I guess they'd give you a box probably, which would answer my question and honestly be better. I actually prefer to take groceries home in a box anyway, so I'm defeating my own point here, but I'm still never going to the square store. Right? Imagine their piping. It must be a nightmare. Got square pipes. Be terrible. And some I'm being so adversarial to the square store for no reason. That's fine. Actually, do I even store this as a player value? Like health, obviously. Do I store ammo as a player value? I must do, right? Well, we're gonna find out. Alright, it works. Golly gee, chat. Call me a worker because it works like a charm. I gotta add Pierce. I gotta add a Pierce value because that's baloney that you could just blow through all the enemies like that. What kind of skill vertical is this? Unbelievable. Terrible, disgusting, dreadful. Oh, I took damage? Oh, I'm out of ammo, shit. Wait, we're gonna line them all up and we're gonna knock them all down at one time. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, he's too good with it. I'm surviving on like 0 health. Fuck. Blue squares, green squares, bread squares. Isn't bread already basically a square? Like, isn't... I guess not really. I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a good argument for something in like a normal grocery store that would be just like atrocious if it was a square. But it's like, it doesn't really matter that much for the things I'm thinking about. I don't know, a good square meal. What is the expression, like 3 square meals a day or something? So that's what you get in the square store. Why, dude, why do I have super speed? How did that happen? And now I'm being just ganged up on again. Okay, okay, I need to add actually like a Pierce value to this. This is ridiculous. I don't even remember how bullets get created. Hey, what's going on, Ghostly? Hope you've been doing well. It's been a while since I've seen you, Ghostly. Three Square Meals is the in-store brand. Y'all are gonna open up a grocery store of just square items. Square pasta. I mean, square pasta is like basically raviolis or something, right? Like, it's not bad. I don't know, what would just be like awful as like a food to be square? I don't know, you know what? Proteins. Imagine cooking a square chicken. Or like a square fish. That would be pretty weird. Build the square store in Minecraft. I mean, if you're building it in Minecraft, the square store isn't much of a challenge at that point. Everything's already voxels. Okay, I literally cannot find where bullets get made. Where is it? Okay, actually, no, never mind. I found where bullets get made, chat. I found the place. Panic alert is concluded. Okay, let's give it like a Pierce value of like 5 or something, I don't know. Okay, so you can... No, actually 5 is too generous. This is supposed to be a hard game, I've decided. There's less uneven surfaces to account for in heating then? I don't know. I see. I'm a vegetarian, chat. I know nothing about. I know nothing about cooking meat. It was like, okay, we could list off bad square vegetarian things like square lettuce, square carrots, zucchinis, square radishes, square potatoes actually would be fine probably. Actually, it might be easier to peel a square potato. Overall, you just like slice off the foot. Dude, I want square potatoes actually. That'd be so much easier. We need to start growing potatoes as squares. I'm turning it into a movement. This is gonna be a bullet hell type of game. I mean, I don't know, I guess. It's basically that already, so I'm probably just gonna lean in that direction. Square beef. I don't know, does square beef introduce... Beef is the thing you put in like a pot and you roast it, right? That's how you cook beef. I don't know, I've been a vegetarian for years, chat. I don't know these things. Right, not to pretend like I'm not trying to masquerade at being a good chef to begin with, but Okay, where are we checking if enemies are hitting bullets or bullets are hitting enemies or whatever it is? Okay, hit enemy. If the enemy is in grace. Here's an actual question. Do I want to make it so that hitting a graced enemy still absorbs a pierce? I probably should make that like that. Okay, so projectile dot pierce minus minus. I'll say if the pierce is below 0, then we're gonna slice out the projectile. Or where is this eye? No! Oh, dude, I have to... To get this to work, I have to do the for loop the annoying way. Shrimp. Okay, it's fine. There we go, and then I can... Wait, no, then this can't be an iterator then. This needs to be not I. Or we'll just turn this into I2, I guess, because this is the new one. Oh, this is gonna make, like... This is a nightmare situation, by the way. This is making my code so difficult to read. Type of game am I creating? I don't know. We're pretty much just going through and noodling around and hoping to create something interesting. Okay, I need 5 of y'all to line up. Okay. Okay, this is... that did not work. That just destroyed everything. What happened? Projectile.splice is not a function. Oh, oops. Projectiles.splice. Oh, man. Alright. Attempt 2. Second shot at the title here. I need 5 of y'all to line up again. Well, let's just test if it works to begin with. Oh, wait, no. The pierce is actually going to be lower than 5 because of frames. There, now I can't just wail through, like, all of them in one sitting. I keep thinking I'm doing so great because I'm looking at my completely shitty health indicator. And I'm like, wow, it's like almost 100% still. I'm a dodging god. Oh, I'm out of ammo. And then I look at the number and I'm like, oh, this is not good, is it? They keep coming from the sides. I'm getting ambushed. I don't know. There should probably be a purpose. I need to give you like points or something for survival, I guess. Coding takes you back to AP Computer Science. I'm sure AP Computer Science was great. Right, I'm gonna be so honest, I wish my school offered AP Computer Science. I had to take, like, normal computer science. It's so sad. I'm taking university computer science classes now, so it's, like, not, you know, but... Should add regen or boxes? I don't want to add, like, base regen, because I want this game to be hard. I want you to open this game and cry from the difficulty. But like it does, you do need a way to regen. I think what I want to do eventually, And there will be a little bit of time before I add this. But what I want to do eventually is give the enemies like a chance to drop like either weapons or healing crates or something of that nature, which you can... Actually, you know what? I'll just make an inventory system now. How about that? I'll just... Okay. Why is everything falling off of my desk today? Like, what is going on? Like, gravity has just decided to just push everything, repulse everything away from my desk. Oh, yeah. We can do the inventory thing right now, in fact. This might be the best course of action. So to make an inventory, we're just gonna do position absolute, make it a width of like, I don't know, 80%. Oh my god, can I please type in the correct order? We'll give it a height of like, I don't know, 90% probably is. I mean, this is totally fine. Okay, let's give it a border. And a background. Here I am slamming Java for all its boilerplate. And I'm just spamming the same exact CSS crap again and again and again. Okay, for right now, the top and left can be 0, and we'll position it in a second. I just want to see if this is actually... Alright, look at that. Boom. Boom shakalaka right there. I gotta make this Z index 10. There. Actually, you know what would actually be the play? You know what would be the real play here, chat? Is we go 100, 100 on this first screen, right? And then we turn the background to be like opaque slightly. All right, look at me. Look at me getting all game dev with it. So we make the background slightly opaque, and then we create an actual inventory inside the inventory. And this will be the real one. This will be the thing everybody actually uses, but the other thing will just serve to black out the rest of the screen to indicate a pause. So we're getting fancy up in here. And I'm gonna like create a million bugs by doing this, but I don't care. I don't even care. The whatever, we're just gonna do it like this because whatever VS Code is doing right there is causing some issues. Okay, so we do that. Then we're gonna make the width probably like 70. Maybe the width needs to be less, probably by a lot. I mean, even the height, we make the height like 80, and then this like 40. Okay, that looks like a good size, I think. And then that means we do 30% to the left, 10% on the top. Now we got a centered inventory screen. Oh, too good. Too good with it. Now I just need to make this pop up when you press E. Because E is going to be for inventory, even though inventory does not start with E. Should I just break the mold, chat, and make it I? And make everybody sad? Make it E, just because I'm used to E. Okay, I had brain stop working moment, but it's fine. That is not happening anymore. Okay, and then I click E and it's there. Look at that. Look at that. That opaque screen, I'm not gonna lie, does not do a lot. I should probably increase this maybe. Does this help? It might also be because it's like the same color as the background. Let's make it yellow. Let's make it just an obnoxious yellow color. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. I see no issues with this pause screen, chat. I don't know about you. I think this is a perfect pause screen. It looks beautiful. I think in reality I probably should make this white. Is actually like maybe the best play, and put it back to 4 because it's obnoxious and bright. Yeah, that actually looks like more correct. And then this can be the normal black. There we go. That actually looks more like a pause screen. You can still see the yellow in it. I'm keeping that though, it's funny. We'll give it like some border radius as well. Why not? There you go. Beautiful borders. Do I want to give it an animation? Do I want to be like that fancy about it? Okay, you know what? We'll give it an animation later maybe, because it would be funny. For now, we'll just actually create the screen. I don't even know what I want to exactly do with the inventory yet. I should maybe also make a way to toggle it off. That would be smart. I just gotta add the same thing. Oh, actually, I don't need to add the same thing. I just need to drop it like this. Get out of the way. Sometimes the auto suggestions, man. All right, there we go. You can actually get rid of the inventory screen. Okay, I'm being called to it. Let's just do an animation now. Let's see if I can actually make this happen. Okay, key. Okay, my Yo7's not very good at animation, so bear with me here a little bit, chat. We'll do it like this, and then, so 0% we'll have it translate like -100%, 0%, and then we'll just translate it to like 0, 0. Okay, and then when I add this, I need to get the real inventory. No, not copy that same line. Then I just need to add this class to it, and it should animate, if I'm not mistaken. Pray for the best. Nope, the animation doesn't work so far. We'll add 20,000 frames by accident. No, it's CSS animation. It shouldn't be that big a issue. I'm actually not sure why it doesn't animate though. I need to, like, right, I need to bring up the special tools. It has the class. So why does the class not work? What if I add it as infinite? It still doesn't work. Where's my animation? No, I was gonna feel like such a badass if I pulled this off first try. Like, you can see the animation here. Like, it's a valid animation. Oh, maybe forwards is breaking the infinite. That could be what it is. Nope. It's actually just... Is it this translate that's the problem, or is it the actual CSS that's the issue? It's the actual CSS. For some reason, I'm not sure why, though. Like, it has this class. Oh my gosh, that's why. There we go. Okay, we got it to work. I'm so stupid. I made the whole thing and I didn't even, okay. All right. Well, it's fine. It's so fine. We don't even talk about it. We don't even talk about it. That's how fine it is. There we go. Look at this. Oh, look at the clean. Look at the clean animation. It's not so clean when it goes away, but going in, the animation's kind of clean. How do you even close this? Oh, you can just double press E. Alright, it's fine. It's so fine, actually. Okay, maybe I should also define, like, the different types of guns and stuff before I start making an inventory system. Because I'm not exactly sure how I want the inventory system to be. Like, quite yet. Because, like, do I want multiple tabs for all the different things? Do I want you to be able to, like, go to settings and stuff? Probably. I don't know. We'll revisit it later. Let's make different types of guns. Because guns are fun. And I think that it should not be a big issue to do this. I just need to figure out where... Man, I can never find where my make bullet thing is. Okay, here we go. Okay, so... we do this. And we do this. And we paste it. And we give it a name. And now... I make new bullet equal guns 0. So that should make bullets like it always did, but... Wait, why can't I start the game? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. E is not defined. Oh, okay, I need to... Oh, that's annoying, actually. Okay, well, that's fine. A sniper or minigun? Yeah, we gotta... Those are like the base guns. We have to add those. I gotta make it work first, though. I do need to make a few modifications. Because E is not a valid thing. So I gotta just quickly... And this should not actually change, because all the stats are stored. Where they need to go. It's just some of these positions need to be dynamic. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got super speed bullets. How did this happen? It's kind of fun, actually. How did this happen? Oh, wait, they're normal now. Why is the bullet speed so fast? It's a speed of 5. Why is it? What's going on, Electric Flames? What game am I making? Kind of like a bullet hell style thing. But it's still like very much changing all the time. How do I calculate bullet movement? I gotta tone that down desperately. I have no idea why doing this gave the bullets super speed. Or I guess could just make the speed lower. If I just change this to 2, does that just, like, fix it? It does not. The short answer is no. The short answer is no, chat. This is so confusing. I really wish... This is why you don't take breaks from your projects, by the way, because I have no idea where bullet calculation even happens anymore. I forget. I forget where it goes. This is what happens when an enemy gets hit by a bullet. But how do I calculate where the bullet's going? What's going on, Cookie? Tech nerd and use Linux. Hey! Gotta love the Linux. I was actually just complaining earlier on stream that this computer that I'm using right now is still stuck on Windows. I gotta change that over. Make the bullets have no speed? I mean, it's still gonna, like, go actually, it might not. For science, let's give it 0 speed. Yeah, that doesn't help. What is the speed even doing, then? Okay, wait. I have an idea. No, why did I give so many things speed attributes? Okay, well, that was not helpful. I was thinking I was big braining it. I was thinking I was big braining it for looking for speed, but I was not big braining it. What if I look for source? Nope, apparently nothing uses source. Damage? Okay, that I can maybe narrow it down from that. Wait, is this here? No, that's... Okay, that's like making enemies go. I think... Okay, is it here? Okay, I think I found it, chat. I think I found where it goes. Raspberry Pi user. The only thing I've used Raspberry Pi for is putting Pi-hole on the router to not have ads on the TV. I was actually thinking of making like a little mini network extender as well with a Pico board, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. Okay, so this is creating them. And multiplying it. Okay, well I've kind of figured out what's happening. A little bit, maybe? Do I just need to do like a weird thing and divide this by more? And say that that's like an actual solution? Yeah, we love magic numbers here. It did not help. Did not help at all. What is this division even doing then? If I divide by 100... like what? Okay, what if I get rid of the division? Is this division just pointless? Why am I dividing? No, the division was doing something. Because this is even faster than before. There is a purpose to the division. I don't know, what if I do like 700? It's like... This is really bad practices because I'm just changing magic numbers at this point. I figured out how to make it kind of work. I can only have one bullet at a time though, for whatever reason. Is that what the problem was before? Why am I... Okay, so... Okay. I actually have to, like, use my brain here. This isn't, like, vibe coding anymore. This is, like, actually use brain. What is all these numbers? Okay, I need to get rid of some of my console logs because I can't tell what's happening at all. Okay, enemy percent health. I don't know why I had that enabled. And we're getting rid of this one too. So why do you get rid of... It's like pointing. I don't know why it's pointing. I think maybe the best course of action, instead of doing it like this, I'll just borrow the values in a different way. It's like, this is creating an actually new object. I'll just take all the attributes from this. And then, for this... So we'll do it like this. I think this is probably fixing the problem with a grain of salt, but we'll see. This is the way it was, I think, originally. Yeah, now, okay, so now I just don't shoot anything. That's wonderful. New bullet before initialization. What are you talking about? Oh, that's what you're talking about. Wait, I forget what this even was originally. Was it just E? Okay, we're backing all the way up before I did any of this change. Like, we're going all the way back, because I don't remember what those original values even were, and I don't feel like doing the math again. There we go. Okay, this is what it was originally. Oh, that's why. Because I replaced player with new bullet for some reason. That's what happened. That still doesn't work, though. Why can it not access E? E should exist, no? Okay, we'll just put this above. Thank you for reminding me to code correctly. It's still broken. I'm sorry, what? What is this inside? Draw frame. So how is this not initialized then? How does that make any sense? This is a... supposedly this is not initialized. By the time it's being used here, except this is in draw frame, which gets requested whenever you click a button or the start button. And it will deny any clicks that you do beforehand. So I don't understand how it's drawing a frame, but this thing that should be initialized on startup isn't initialized yet. What? That's so confusing, though. Alright, let's back, like, way the fuck up, then. Alright, there we go. That one works correctly again. That's so weird. Okay, well... we'll just try coding it again and hope that it works. Very strange. Because it feels like the very act of adding that object or that array of objects there broke it, but there's no way it should. So I must have changed something by mistake that I wasn't trying to change. Like, I must have caught something when I was selecting like this and accidentally Control X'd it. Like, that's the only thing I can think of that would have happened. Cause yeah, I have no clue. I can borrow attributes like this, yes? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I do not know. That was strange. But it's fixed. I mean, not fixed in a good way because you would prefer, obviously, to know what the actual problem was beforehand, but it, you know, at least it's fixed. Oops. Just do that. There we go. So if I wanted to add something with like bigger bullets, for example, I should be able to just change or add that into that index and then change the number. That actually doesn't look like it has that much bigger bullets. Just to confirm that this works. It's okay, it doesn't work. Alright, cool. Cool, good. Good, didn't use that. I just hard-coded a 0 into everything. Good job, me. That was smart. That was a smart thing to do right there. There we go. Okay, it works. It works correctly. Okay, maybe I'll just make it 30. Alright, wonderful. So, there's actually not all that many levers. I need to add more levers like cooldown and stuff. Because you have like the ammo regen lockout, right? That doesn't... Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a lot of attributes to this. Okay, well, let's just start making different kinds of guns. Okay, so... let's make a sniper this time, and we'll give the snipers smaller bullets, faster bullets, and high damage bullets with lots of pierce. I might actually need to add it, give it more damage. And I gotta say, it doesn't feel like it's shooting too fast. Like, if I give it, like, 40 speed... Am I even putting speed into the calculation? Because it feels like it's shooting the same as, like, the pistol would. Like, is speed being... Because it's this X and Y, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what determines it. Okay, that does actually... So if I put this a speed of 20, that's got a speed of 5, there should now be a difference. I mean, that just goes so fast now. And this does go slower, but this still goes ridiculously fast. Or I guess instead of divide, a better lever might be minus. Give it like a speed of 2. And it still goes reasonably quickly. But now with like a speed of 10, this should go like fast. Not that much faster, to be honest. I was expecting that to fly. What about a speed of 20? That's more what I expected, although that's like kind of shit because it goes through, like it doesn't even render on some enemies sometimes. So there's a sweet spot somewhere. It looks like 15. 15's probably the upper limit of what I can do with the engine that I've made. I think more than, I think more than 15 is probably bad. So then we'll make snipers. Should I make snipers cost like lots of ammo, chat? Does that make any sense at all? Not really, does it? Like, but like there needs to be like the drawback of it takes a long time for the sniper to shoot. So there's kind of like two ways you do that. And like one is you just make your shot have a cooldown. Wow, I went through like 3 opponents there. Yeah, maybe I need to make it slower as well. Yeah, or I just aim closer to myself to make a slower bullet. And try to use the infinite pierce. I probably need to give or code a speed limit into bullets somewhere. Oh, I actually hit the pierce limit, I think. I think also if you're not one-shotting, it's also like worse because you'll eat up more pierce on enemies. It's like damage also matters to give yourself more pierce, which I kind of like that. I kind of do like that idea. Well, let's give him costs. So yeah, this can have a cost of 1. And the sniper will give like a cost of, I don't know, 30. There we go. That should work. It does. I gotta lower the speed of the bullet. It's just piercing. Like, it's going right through enemies. I mean, 10 is still plenty fast. Oh, you can go over the, I didn't think about that. Because there's always 1 before, but yeah, you can go into negative now. Okay, well, I guess I gotta add a quick something something for that. There. You shouldn't be able to, yeah, you can't shoot it until you have 30. So here's the question. Do I allow this to exist, right? Where if you have 100 ammo, you can rip off 3 shots real quick, but it takes a long time to reload. Or do I force you to have to wait a long time and like maybe reduce some of the ammo penalty because only being able to bank 3 shots is kind of ridiculous? Because yeah, this feels pretty bad already, I'm gonna be honest. Especially when the piercing is kind of like, the piercing's not infinite. So especially in a game like this, kind of not great. I don't know, I'm only at 9 health. I need to make like the screen flash red or something when you take damage. Until like your invincibility grace frames are over. Oh, I went through that one. I think I need to figure out a way to calculate the bullet speed a little bit better. Alright, I took an L. And you could also add like recoil or something to make, I mean that would make sniper even worse. But I think a lockout period's probably the way to go, and I just make the cost like lower. I make the cost like 10. Because you shouldn't ever have to actually worry about the cost of sniper, because you're gonna constantly have to be like making sure your shots actually count because of the long lockout towards being able to fire each time, as opposed to actually like just having no ammo to do it and being forced to do it that way. I think that's just kind of a more cheap way to do it, so yeah, we'll just do it like that. Now, the other question is, do I make the lockout frames or do I make the lockout seconds? I should probably make the lockout seconds. Well, actually, so we'll do it in MS. Actually, should I do it in MS? That's fine. So then the lockout for a sniper can be like 5 seconds, or maybe that's like pretty long, 3 seconds. Oh, not timeout. What is it again? Set interval, or how do you make a delay again? I forget what it is. It's not interval. It's something. Is it timeout? It might be timeout. And I guess we'll see. Oh, I need to also make that exist. Okay, it works. It definitely works. It needs some sort of indication though, like for sure. For sure needs some sort of indication. But yeah, so it's like I never have to worry about ammo on this weapon. Which I don't know if I like that you can just completely ignore ammo. Although to a certain extent, maybe you... I mean, the cooldown is maybe a little bit too long on the sniper. We'll change it down to 2 seconds. Honestly, even 1.5 seconds. So how fast does that feel? That feels like an appropriate rate. But yeah, I don't want you to be able to just spam basically like this. Like if you're spamming, I want you to at least go down in ammo. So maybe we put the cost up to like 20. Even 25. So you can have 4 rounds in the chamber essentially. But every time you shoot, you're recouping at minimum 10. I think that's okay. Well, the good news is I keep getting addicted to playtesting, so there's good news with that. The bad news is it gets, like, kind of old kind of quickly. I need to add more enemies, enemy scaling, more indication. I think that's the big problem that I need to solve next. Like, there needs to be more of, like, gameplay to go through, and, like, indication is a big thing. Because right now, like, the health and ammo bars are kind of bad indication. You don't know when your shot is reloaded and ready to go. Like, you don't really know how much health exactly the enemies have or how much damage you're doing. Like, I know all these values because I developed the game, so I know, like, I know how all these interactions are playing out and why each one is happening in the way that it's happening. But there's no indication, so someone that does it, like, you know, someone that obviously did not develop the game would not know these things. And they would probably struggle quite a bit. I add like some sort of score as well. Kind of just seeing how long I can go. Okay, well, there we go. I got. But yeah, and then I also have to make all of these weapon choices actually mean something. But for now, let's make a Gatling gun. Let's make something that goes, like, fast. So we're gonna make the size of the bullets, I guess, probably pretty small, right? Maybe we do, like, 2.5. The speed can definitely be fast. I'm gonna move the speed down, I think. We'll make it cost 0.5. We'll make the piercing pretty bad. It'll make the damage can't be that high. But then the positive thing is the lockout. It can be like only 10 seconds or something. So you can spam very quickly. Or not 10 seconds, 10 milliseconds. You need... What if we just make the lockout not exist? I mean, then it just goes basically as fast as you could click. But it does no damage. Like, just absolutely zero. So maybe I try to make it shoot multiple at once. Is that a thing? Could I do that? I'm not sure how I would do that. Because, yeah, that's definitely not satisfying. Like, you want to be able to just spray. So maybe I add, like, an amount. We'll go, like, 5 at a time for the machine gun, and then the rest of these can have 1. No, I know how much amount. I'll just keep adding it so it's a perfect representation as well to new bullet, just in case I ever need it down the road for whatever reason. There we go. So that should make 5 bullets for every time we click. Does it make them all on top of the same thing, or is it just not working? Should work. And we'll see. We'll pull up the dev tools. That's just whatever. All right. It's only going to... It's only shooting 2 at a time. I think maybe I take this out of the loop, probably. Because that could create issues. Does that fix it? Doesn't look like that's fixing it. I have no idea what keeps spamming like the 30 again and again. Yeah, that's just always 1, 2, nothing. Now spamming 40. That might be health. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing it to do what it's doing. Try that. Did I get rid of the console log by accident? I did. Still annoyed at where the rest of these console logs are coming from. Like, that one's fine to keep. This is the one I just wrote. These are things getting hit. Oh, that's why. I commented this out, but that was before I backed up all that way. Okay, so this is actually working as intended now. You can tell because it's taking up a whole bunch of ammo and doing more damage, I think. Certainly not doing a whole lot of damage. Like, I got no ammo left. I need to implement the system that lets you hold to shoot instead of having to click for every single time. So that's on the agenda. But it works, so the next thing I probably want to do is add like some variants. Maybe? And so like a few hundred milliseconds of delay. I mean, it's a lot of delay. But it's a step in the right direction, I think. There we go, that feels better. That feels so much better. Like, that feels correct. I might even lower it by more. Go away. This weapon still sucks though. Like, it's so bad. You can't kill anything, even though like, you got all these bullets. They do nothing. And the whole idea is you overwhelm with the amount of bullets that you have. But maybe I need to make the damage a little bit more than 5. I mean, what's pistol damage? 10? It can't be more than pistol damage, though. But I mean, anything less than 5 just feels ass. Like, even that, you hit so many shots. And these enemies are barely... like, they're barely scratched. I mean, it actually has more pierce than I thought it had. Like, that pierces a lot, actually. Does that have, like, no pierce? Gonna reduce the pierce even more. But, like, it pierces. Like, it does actually pierce. Like, okay, it doesn't pierce as much as the sniper, obviously, but it kind of does pierce a lot. I think because that's the way it pierces calculus is a little bit inconsistent. I think removing that one pierce actually helped a lot to make it feel better, though. Now what I want to do is add a little bit of variance to where it's going. I'm not sure how I would go about doing that. I don't know, add some thing like this into the formula maybe. That just makes it go all the way over the place. Yeah, that completely screws the formula. Unless maybe I need to add it like this, maybe helps, but otherwise that's just too breaking. It actually does, kind of. It does work. It has the, like, okay, right now it only has the ability to skew up. Which is the problem, but it does create, like, a more of a chaotic feel to it. Like, if I also gave it the ability to skew down, like, to do either or randomly. Like, look at how much more of a machine gun that feels. Until you run out of ammo. And then you're screwed. Because, like, it eats ammo. I don't know how I'd give this variance, though. I think that's good for one day, to be honest. I think this is where I'm gonna tie things off, so thank you all for watching. We'll return with more progress in like another 2 weeks. Have a good night, everybody.